Days of Judah here. You know it's late because that's the only time I make these things. But hopping on to talk about my exploration at Target. And I'm just going to close my computer because it's making computer noises, so hopefully it'll be a little quieter. But yeah, so, let's start off with this. Nobody told me that when you take a day off from the kids, your spouse or your partner or whomever is willing to watch the kids and you get some time to yourself. No one told me that when you get that time, you're just going to think about your kids anyway. So, there's that. So, long story short, MLK Day, I needed to get out the house and get away. And so I went out and I had some quiet time with myself. I went to Target. And that's how I do quiet time. And I just thought about my kids the whole time. Because I was there to get stuff for myself, but I ended up getting stuff for my kids. But that works out because now I have stuff to talk with you about, which is I didn't realize how fully on point or how much Target is growing in the sense of taking notice of people of color and including that in their displays and in the products that they have for sale there, which is very, very cool. I actually spoke to an employee in asking about something, and I was like, is this just kind of like Black History Month type thing, or is this like, he's like, actually no, this is why, kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to work here, because they do this all year long. And I was like, oh, cool. But anyway, so it's at Target. I was thinking about my kids. I was looking around. It's MLK Day, and there's just all of these displays that are focused on Black culture, which was really cool. It got me really excited, and so I'm just wanted to share what I found. Now, some of the stuff I got it for my kids, so it's opened, so bear with me. So the first thing is they had this little kit where you could make your face, like they gave you a little foam cutout sheet and some little different materials so a little child could make their own face. And they had the faces in different shades. So they had from a kind of like a peach shade that I suppose could go for white, all the way into a darker brown shade. And so, because I don't have the kit, because the minute my daughter saw it, she's like, crafts, we're gonna do crafts, and then it was open, so I don't have a closed kit to show you. But this is, forgive his eye or her eye or whomever's eye. My children they live rough and ready in this life, so yeah, he lost an eye. But this is what's included in the kit. This little cutout face shape and crinkly paper for hair, pipe cleaners for a mouth, pom-pom for a nose, and then they give you wiggly eyes. Wiggly eyes for the eyes. And you don't get any glue or anything like that. You have to figure out how you're going to have everything adhere, but you have all the things. Could you buy this stuff elsewhere on your own? Yes. Is it super convenient that it's all in one spot so you could just literally open up a craft for your children and have it ready to go? So cool. And colors. And this is huge that there were just a variety of colors. This was like the medium brown shade, and there was a shade darker. So there was darker, this shade, a little bit lighter, and then a shade lighter than that. So it really had a nice range of color. And when I presented them to my daughter and let her pick which one she wanted to use, she pretty much went for one that was close to skin tone. So that was kind of, and then she just wanted to do all of them. But so this was there. So I really enjoyed this. I think this was maybe $3. I don't remember. Another thing that they had there that I kind of impulsively bought were these little books. One, I just grabbed every one that was there. This one's about Jackie Robinson, George Washington Carver, Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman. And these are by Lift a Flatboard book by Bendon. Bendon, I think. Let me pull it closer. It's I think that's the publisher's name down there. These were cool. I have a 3-year-old, a 3.5-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. Felt a little bit wordy for them, and that's on me because I picked it up kind of quick before I even read it in the store. So, but I was like, oh well, they have flaps, and my kids enjoy things that open up like this and have the flaps. They're a little bit wordy for my little ones that bounce around. And another thing, which is not on this company, but just is something for me personally, as a parent of my particular children that I'm thinking about, is these books obviously have to, in some way or another, address the issue of racism or slavery. It comes up because of the topic. My oldest is 3.5 and knows nothing about that. And it's not that we're keeping it from her or hiding it. It's just, every family decides when is the time to talk about those things. And right now, I don't know if it even makes sense. Like if it's something that she can process. And also, right now her life is just whatever she needs, wants, whatever she thinks she wants to be is attainable. And I don't want to inhibit that, and I want to be careful with the way I introduce parts of our history. And I know that this isn't all of our history, which is another thing that I think is really important. I've heard other people say that when they talk about what history of people of color is being taught in schools, which is that, it's not just about, a group of slaves and then that's where the history started, and then from there's so much more. Our family is Caribbean, so there is Caribbean history. So I'm really thinking hard about, how and where and what. And so these are cool, but second thought, would I have bought them right away? Maybe not, because of where our kids are at this point. But they're still I think they're still beautiful books, and they're done well. If anybody has suggestions about books that cover Black history that are appropriate for young children, oops, they fell on the piano. I would love to know. The next thing that I got that I really enjoyed is, my daughter's at that age where doing those memory games, like where you flip over a card and try to see if you can find the match. So they have them, but they have images of little Black children. And some of the items that were there were specifically by Black-owned companies. I forgot to mention that. So some of the items that Target was highlighting and had on sale were by Black-owned companies. So even more so. And I had this impulse. So I was like, "Ooh, I want to buy," and I was like, "Ooh, wait. You don't need all this stuff. That doesn't match your decor." So it's very exciting, but also at the same time, I'm just trying to be balanced. But this was cool because this is something that my kids can do. And I took some of the pieces out, and they're like a hard, tough cardboard. And it's just these images of beautiful little Black children that they have to match up. And that's cool. That's pretty. It's brightly colored. They have different hairstyles, girls and boys. So that was cool. So that's something also that I picked up. It was $3. And then finally, I think my favorite thing that I got, which when I look at it and I look at the tag, it was listed as a decorative pillow, but anyway, I'll show you. This is what I got. Actually, I got two of them. I got one for my daughter, which has long hair, and the hair It's hard to see on this guy here, but the hair is yarn and it's woven, sewn to the head of the doll. And for the girl, it's like the front part is sewn to the head of the doll, and then there's this long hair that comes down. I really wanted a doll for my daughter that had more hair because we went somewhere and I saw her playing with someone else's doll that had a lot of hair, and she was just having a good time. She was flipping the hair and all kinds of stuff. But I knew that I know how she is. She can be a little rough with things because she's still little. So I knew I wanted to get something that wasn't going to get easily tangled and be just a mess, and but that could handle a 3-year-old. And so this hair being made from yarn, I thought was kind of a good option, and it looks beautiful. And these are they're basically made kind of like the Raggedy Ann dolls. They're like rag dolls. You can take their clothes off. They have I hate if you've ever had the thing where you take off the doll's clothes and then it's like just white material underneath. But no, they're brown all the way through. So if you wanted to, you could probably find or make some clothes for these dolls and change their clothes if you needed to, or you could just keep them in these. But I got one for my son. That's this one. And then I got one for my daughter, which is the one with the long hair. She's currently sleeping with it, so that's why I don't have it here. But even if you can see, even the features are embroidered, so there's nothing that anybody's going to pull off or choke on. The socks are embroidered and sewn on because Lord knows anybody that has a child, when you lose the shoe or the sock, you just want to scream because you're never going to find it again. Or if you do find it again, you find it once or twice and then that's it. So these are beautiful. I think they were like $15. I don't remember. I think they were like that. And they were listed as decorative pillows. I think they're made by a company called Pillow Fort or something like. Anyway, they are beautiful. I thought they were a good option for dolls for my kids. And they're such a beautiful representation of, the culture of people of color. And I love that. And I love the colors that they have on. So these were the things that I found at Target. What did I find for myself? Some deodorant. I wanted to get other things, but I just got so distracted because, these babies, they do things to your brain. Anyway, yeah, I support, I kind of support Target right now, kind of hard, because I was just really excited to be there, excited to see what they had on display. I think I'll be excited to go another time when it's not like a big peak time, when it's not MLK or Black History Month, but like April or something, and see what's available. I feel like I have seen things there before. I have seen dolls in a variety of colors, and I've seen books about a variety of topics. So I'm excited to go back at another time and see what's available. But just wanted to come on and do this short little stint and talk about the wonderful things that I found, because if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I have, it's been a point of stress for me. Like anytime I'm looking for things for my children or things that I really want to be a reflection of who they are, I have to be very specific when I Google, like specific, like Black, African American. And that's tiring because we're here with the rest of everyone else. So yeah, that's what I found. I love some of these things. Very excited. So would love to know what other parents do in terms of finding items that are great reflections of their culture for their families and for their children. I'm Days of Judah, and I hope you have a great night.